Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Crusader Kings 3, played badly and in such a way as to deserve other negative words. Since I recorded episode 1, I've had 3 hours sleep. It's nearly 1 p.m. on Friday now. So it's Crusader Kings 3 hours sleep. I've sent out links to episode 1 to friends and family, and I find myself feeling extremely anxious about it. So, sleep deprived and anxious, we're once again going to wrestle with an intimidating user interface. I wanted to say that if anyone does leave comments on my videos, I'm unlikely to get a huge amount of comments. If I do get loads, that might herald something horrible in my life. But if there are very few, I may read them out on other episodes and reply to what they say. As we begin the game, this time we see ourselves on the front screen. It was just a it was somebody else before, but this is us now. And also the background has changed, which I guess the producers of the game have considered suitable for a king living in Alba. I can't quite remember what it was before, but it certainly wasn't this. Also, here's our son and heir. I approve of the general appearance. Our son's eyes are a bit deep set. I've just realised I haven't set an alarm for when I should finish this video. But that is now done. And I like his cloak as well. It's quite Christmassy. Right, let's continue. While we wait... No, we have stopped waiting. There's something we really need to look at. In the last episode, we swerved some may say, marrying a gay woman. But having watched my own video back of our first session, I am very concerned about something I saw. I don't want to build this up too much in case I'm wrong. But we need to look at the woman we did decide to propose to, because there may be a considerable issue. So this is still showing up as blank. If you remember, we didn't unpause the game, so nothing has occurred as yet. The proposal likely hasn't been sent. I would like to be able to see who it was that we've chosen again, but what I'm going to do, I'll unpause and let the proposal of marriage send. In the meantime, I could whistle tunelessly. I think that might come across badly on the microphone. Here we are. Greetings, King Constantine of Alba. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. You will be joined with my daughter, Engeltrudis, in holy matrimony. May Saint Brigid bless your union. Now, when I hover or click the name Engeltrudis, we may be in for some bad news. I honestly don't know for sure. Oh, I think we're going to be alright. Let's see. Heterosexual. Okay. I thought that I had discovered on watching the video that she was going to be asexual. In other words, that she wouldn't want to be in bed with anyone, and that was going to cause us problems in terms of having children. But no. Phew. Okay, moving on then. I was aware that in the first video I was winging it somewhat. This time I've made some notes. Oh, okay, something has happened. Generally, something happening. I find this to be true in the game and in real life. It's not a good thing. Things happen, and it requires you to take action of some kind, and I don't really like doing things as a general rule. Anyway, wedding celebration. Well, hopefully this can't be too bad. With my marriage to Queen Engeltrudis, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. I can collect it and get 75 coins, which is enormous compared to what we've started with. Or I can tell them not to worry about paying, and we'll get 350 prestige. Prestige is good. But given the size of that income compared to what we currently possess, I'm going to take the money. I hadn't really looked previously at our wife's appearance. She doesn't seem very happy at the moment. Oh, she's intimidated by our dreadful reputation. Oh dear. So we've basically married somebody, and our only means of, I don't know, sustaining the relationship is that she's frightened of us. Well, that's not very healthy. Alright. Well, that's demoralising. Looking at my notes again. Oh yes. So you can see here Alba. That's our kingdom. If we choose a different map mode, you can see that Alba becomes bigger. So why is that? Well, here we see, oh lord, that's irritating. Hang on. Well, these Moray, Albany and Lothian, I believe, are what we're controlling at the moment. But Strathclyde and the Isles are what's called de jure parts of Alba. So as far as we're concerned, as the King of Alba, these independent rulers are what's the term? We're within our rights to think you are controlling land that you shouldn't be. So at some point, we will likely not raid, but invade these places. If I go to myself, this number here is our military strength, and we have about 1,200 in our army, whereas this chap, he's got over 6,000. Well, we won't be invading them anytime soon. That doesn't mean there's not things we can do. We can send a sort of, obviously not a ninja, but somebody to kill him in the night or something of that nature. And this one's got about 800 to 900, so of these two places, Strathclyde is clearly somewhere we could consider marching an army into. Another thing I wanted to do was, as I mentioned, I don't like having lots of things to do. When this is like a to-do list, and some people say that it is psychologically beneficial to tick things off your to-do list, but they mean when you've actually accomplished them. Whereas I find if I cross things off a to-do list, it doesn't matter if I've done them or not. I just like having a shorter to-do list, and that makes me happy. So since we're fourth in line for these things, I'm just gonna dismiss these, and we have a shorter to-do list. We've already dealt with this matter, but I'll leave it there just so that we're constantly aware that something's going on there. We can negotiate an alliance. So an alliance with this person there. I mean, he's our brother as well. Well, I think an alliance with our brother seems... I can't see the downsides. Yeah, fine. We'll ally with High Chieftain Aid, who is our brother. We've got a message here. It says Sinful Prince Bishop exposed, and I was hoping this was to do with our bishop, because if you remember from the first episode, he is annoying to us, but he's a long way away. There's not much joy to be had from knowing that this bishop has been exposed. Greetings, my serene liege. I am honoured by your request, and I would be glad to call you an ally. Alright, that is marvellous news, as the game tells us. It's quite terrifying when you realise that you have to keep up a constant stream of words. One thing that I wanted to do was to sack at least one of our councillors. Our council is bad, partly because so many of them dislike us, but also these numbers in the top right of every councillor show their aptitude for the job. And aside from this guy, who's excellent at the intrigue business, they're all really quite poor. So let's choose... Oh, this one's got the lowest. Let's choose the one with the lowest. He's terrible. And sack him. Now, when you sack a councillor, excuse me, they don't like it, and they dislike you even more than they already do, if they do. Right, appoint a steward. See, there's this person here who is much better. This is the relevant score, the stewardship skill, and he's got 14, whereas our current person only has 3. He's content, cynical, and stubborn, but he likes us as well, so I reckon we're just gonna give him the job instead of the person that's there now. Fire councillor. The person we fire will like us 20 less than he does. Fire him. Cool. Cool is not an adjective we ought to be using in this historical period. Gadzooks wouldn't really work either, because that's not synonymous with cool. I don't know which word we should be looking for. While we're in the council, we ought to be giving them things to do. The bishop fabricates claims, which means that if there's a place we want to invade, he can draw up dodgy paperwork to give us a reason to do that. I think we might already have a claim on Strathclyde. Was that the one with the loads of troops? No, that's the one with the fewer number of troops. What we're going to do, I seem to have slipped very easily into doing the YouTubers Let's Play Wii, where I pretend that we're all playing rather than it just being me, but I mean, that's fine. We'll fabricate a claim on what will I thought? Fabricate claim on county. Why can't I do it on the 3 counties together? Alright, we'll just fabricate it on there then. So that will take 4 years, and considering that we've advanced about, I don't know, a month in the 50 minutes we've been playing or whatever, you know, that'll happen in about episode 10, if I'm still alive by then. The Chancellor, he can do foreign affairs or he can do domestic affairs. I don't think I want to decide that right now. The Steward can collect taxes, increase development, or promote culture. He is already collecting taxes, and I think I want him to be doing that. Money is a fungible asset and can be transformed into many things, as you may have found recently on purchasing some milk or an iPhone or paying for home insurance. Money can do all those things. Therefore, I am quite keen to have some money in the game. The Marshal, he can organise levies or train commanders. He's already organising levies, that sounds good to me. The Spy Master can disrupt schemes, which is basically him defending us. Excuse me, my body simultaneously wants to burp and sneeze, which makes talking difficult. I'm gonna set the spy master to find secrets. If he finds secrets, it gives us hooks on people, which allows us to make them do things they might not otherwise want to have done. And we'll let him find secrets in our court, because a lot of the people in our court don't like us. So if we can find some dirt on them, then it might not matter so much that they don't like us. We can sort of influence them in another way. Alright, that's the council. And now there may be some considerable pause while I try to figure out what to do next. Incidentally, I am aware that the way that I say free is obnoxious in the extreme. I can't help that. It's unfortunate this game has free in the title. Yeah, I don't know why I say free that way. And tree doesn't sound much better. So on my notes I wrote I wanted to fire one councillor. We did that. In the previous video you may have got the impression that I had no idea where Bologna is. But actually what was going on there was that just because a character has Bologna by their name, it doesn't necessarily mean that's where they are at that present moment in the game. So I wanted to know where she was at that time. The reason I tell you that is I take it very seriously if people think I'm stupid. It's a horrible hit to my ego, and I did not want to be mocked on Bolognianic terms. Rise of the Scots. Though they share common origins with the other Anglo-Saxons, the clans living in northern Britain's lowlands have adapted to life in the rugged terrain. As we can see here, they have built a room on the rugged terrain, which is an adaptation. Diverging culturally and linguistically from their former countrymen, these Scots have enthusiastically embraced their new cultural identity. Will they be able to thrive on their own? Well, that's a question that sort of exists in the present time. So we get to click this and it has no immediate effects. So, yeah, just a bit of colour. Well, I was going to be snarky there, but I appreciate what they told us there. Okay, so time is continuing to pass. We are developing dodgy paperwork for a future invasion. One thing I wanted to check was our court, because as well as our council, we have a court. It doesn't appear to give us a number of how many people are in the court. Oh, and one of the things that I wanted to do was to be able to sort by opinion, because I wanted to see how many people well just don't like us. I wanted to sort them by how much they dislike us. You were able to do that on the previous game in this series, but anyway, we'll just scroll through. So this first group is our guests, and none of them like us. And here's our proper courtiers. I'm very surprised we don't have any sort options. Many of them don't like us either. This one seems to have some sort of alert attached to it. She might leave. I'm guessing these two might leave because their opinion of us is very, very low. And once again, that is the alarm that tells us I am relieved of my duties. What have we achieved? We've begun the preliminary steps to invade Strathclyde. Not sure of the wisdom of that. They do have a smaller army. No, here we've got a big enough army to do that. I think without it causing us horrendous difficulties. I hope so. We fired a councillor and got a much better one. We should probably be doing more of that. I believe we did something that should increase the money we've got coming in. Not that that's apparent from here. One thing before we go. Our domain. So yeah, these are our 3 titles, but just viewed in a different way. These are consonant over on the left here with these shields, and they're repeated here. But you, oh, we're tribal. I hadn't considered that either. This is, so our society is tribal, and that's why people are voting for who's gonna take over if something grisly happens to us. Had I been a character down here to the south, we would have been feudal. Oh, hang on. Kingdom, rank, realm, tribal. So here we have information about tribes. Development in owned counties is ignored. Allows the raiding of foreign counties for loot. Oh right, so we can go raiding. Okay. Alright, I won't read the rest out, but yeah, this is something we should have been much more aware of. I had assumed that we were a feudal society. That wasn't the video skipping, that's me being making a fool of myself. Alright, yep, our alarm went off to say end the video, which we will indeed do now. So thank you for watching. I will try to be more amusing for future videos. I'm just finding my feet at the moment. Cheerio.